Okay, so this is how you would set up your document in Adobe Animate. So we're using standard video as the first part. This is set to education. It's on my default window here. I would go ahead and leave this the same, 30 frames per second. The current HTML5 canvas is good. And then I'm going to hit the Create button. And I just zoom in and out by holding the Control plus or minus or Command plus or minus on a Mac. Okay, so let's talk about your basic classic tween. I'm not going to go over all these tools. I'm just basically going to show you some of the basic tools that you need in order to create a classic tween. Layer 1 is showing in my timeline. I'm going to double click on that. I'm just going to call it ball. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my oval tool. I'm going to left click on that. This is your outline, this is your fill color, and I'm going to make it red so it stands up. Okay, I don't have object draw on, so there is a difference. When I left click and drag, object draw is off. When I use my selection tool and I click, you see this little dotted pattern on that. Okay, so that means I can box select and I can edit it, and I can delete things. Okay, I'm going to hit Control Z or Command Z to undo that. When you have object draw on, and all I have to do is go to the oval tool, you'll never see it unless you have one of the shape tools selected. I click that in and then I can draw it. But this time, when I select it, you get this bounding box. Let me go back to scene. When I left click on it, you get a bounding box. So that's how you tell what the difference is. If you want to edit the shape of it, you can use your direct selection tool, and then you can left click on the path, the outline of it, and you can adjust it. Okay. I am for today going to not have object draw on. So I'm just going to go ahead, turn the object draw off, left click and drag. You could hold the shift key if you want to keep a perfect circle. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I have one keyframe here. I'm going to go to 15. I'm going to right click. I'm going to insert a keyframe. All I'm going to do is this is selected, so I'm going to move this, and I just have keyframe 15 selected. Then I'm going to right click anywhere in between those two keyframes, and then we go to classic tween. It's going to then, you can see it slider back and forth. Okay. The next thing I want to show you is I'm going to hide this. I'm going to lock it down. Make the new layer with the new layer icon. I'm going to show you how do you do a motion tween next.